Uganda Medical Association is a group or a team of doctors countrywide with a total collection of over 7 members by Federation of Uganda Medical Interns. And Uganda Medical Association was solely behind them in this induction launching. And today marks the 24th day of the induction. So we are in week 4 of the induction. The main reason for the IA was the chronic lack of medical supplies and PPEs in the different hospitals. And this has continuously manifested. This led to the infection of many of our colleagues, and many of them died. We are heading to another terrible and catastrophic strain of Omicron virulent strain of COVID-19. And painfully, the same stockouts are still applying in the government hospitals. Many of our colleagues are in the treatment centers, and we've lost over 80 doctors in this COVID-19 pandemic. Can you believe government failed to compensate the families of these doctors who died while giving a service? What guarantee do we have, as living doctors who are alive, that when we die, we shall be compensated? What guarantee do we have? A doctor's oye. Oi. A doctor's oye. Oi. Improved working conditions oye. Oi. Ra. Ra. Ah. Ah. Uganda Medical Association has had several engagements with the government of Uganda in the past since 2017 to discuss these issues. And in this year 2021, we had a meeting with the Fountain of Honor, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who absolutely has a kind heart to the health sector. But we don't understand who is against his implementation program. The people in the offices have successfully stained the name of the president by making the president a liar. Can you believe that? A directive of the Fountain of Honor not being implemented. So we are saying enough is enough. Doctors oye. Oi. Doctors oye. Oi. A working conditions oye. Oi. Ra. Ra. To form a special committee by the president was established to oversee the improvement of doctors' health working conditions, welfare, and its effect on health services in Uganda, to provide enough medical supplies and PPEs to all hospitals and health centers, to pay the interns the 2.5 million shillings. A 2.5 oye. Oi. A interns 2.5 oye. Oi. Ra. Ra. 5 million shillings per month for the medical officers. A 5 million shillings oye. Oi. A 5 million shillings oye. Oi. A 2.5 for SHOs oye. Oi. A pay all SHOs oye. Oi. And the president promised to reduce the pay by 20%, meaning the pay was meant to be 10% with effect from this month. We've not seen this to be implemented. Provision of tax-free vehicles. I need to clarify this. The tax-free vehicles, it is not an alienated assertion to government. No. The purpose of the tax-free vehicles is to make sure that doctors are available in the health units at the time when they are needed. Do you know that we lose 16 mothers per day? In the past 24 hours, 16 mothers died due to pregnancy-related complications. Can you believe that? Do you know that we lose over 20 children in neonatal units per day? Can you believe that? And the reason is very simple. Government has failed to react on few things. Do you know that if doctors were given these duty-free vehicles, so that even at 2, when they are called in the night, when they are meant to show up at their places of work, that 1 hour, do you know that would save half of the 16 mothers who are dying? That would have at least minimum 5 per day. Is it too much to ask government? A tax-free vehicle zoye. Oi. A tax-free vehicle zoye. Oi. Ra. Ra. Ah. Ah. We are saying we need to do our duties as doctors. And these tax-free vehicles were given prior. In the 80s, there were tax-free vehicles. Shockingly, even interns in the early 90s, can you believe that interns were given appointment letters from public service, given houses, given accommodation? Even when medical students were still in medical school, they were given what we call a boom to help them facilitate themselves when they are studying. And every person in top offices who is a doctor tested this. The question is, how come some responsible human beings in these offices are not even adhering to the little 2.5 million shillings that interns are asking for, when for them they were given even beyond this? If this is not addressed, we shall demand for the immediate resignation of some officials in Ministry of Health, especially the Director General of Health Services. A resignation, oye! A resignation, oye! His Excellency the President gave a directive to form a committee to discuss possibilities of compensating families who died in the COVID-19 pandemic and pay school fees for the children of the doctors who died in this battle of COVID-19. This has not yet seen light to date. Yet their contemporaries in UPDF, can you believe, before they are buried, they are paid 60 months compensation. But doctors who die in the COVID-19, none of their family members has been compensated. They have been evicted from where they're staying. What guarantee do we have, as who are living, that for sure, when these violent strains come and attack us, we shall still be alive in the lives of our families? This compensation must be implemented. A compensation for doctors, oye! Oye! A compensation, oye! Oye! Ra! Ra!